Hi, welcome to Let's Talk Real Estate. I'm your host, Charlie Flannery, and my very special guest today is State Representative Shaunna O Connell. Shaunna?
Hi, Charlie.
I'm honored to have you here today.
Well, I'm glad to be here. Thank you for inviting me.
Yes, yes. You're just finishing up your first full year
That's
on
right.
the job. How's that feeling?
Great, great.
Yeah.
I really had a great first year. I'm so happy with all the things that I was able to get done. We've had some great constituent services here, and I've really concentrated on that, having regular office hours and things like that. I've got some major legislation passed as well. So I really had a productive year for a freshman.
Yeah, I've been following you closely in the papers, and it seems like you've hit the ground running.
I did. You know, I know that a lot was expected of me, and I wanted to deliver. And, you know, I hear from people all the time that they're really pleased with my work and what I'm doing, so that makes me very happy.
Now, you represent something close to 70% of Taunton. I know that Taunton is represented actually by 3 women.
3 women now. Isn't it wonderful? Yes.
Well, it's kind of fitting because the city's motto or slogan is Dux Femina Facti, and it I think loosely translated from the Latin it means a woman did this, or a woman made this, and that's attributed to Elizabeth Pohl, who founded it. So it's quite fitting that we should now have, as we go forth into the 21st century, we have 3 women representing us, and you represent 70% roughly of the city of Taunton.
Yeah, that's probably a good number to use.
Yeah.
The vast majority.
Yeah, and were you affected at all, just a little bit, from some of that redistricting that's gone on?
Yeah, just a little, not too much. I gained 1 precinct in Taunton and lost another, so I just kind of swapped around. I lost 3B and I gained 1A. And I also gained a precinct in Easton. Precinct 6 in Easton as well. So I'll be, you know, happy to represent those people also.
Well, it seems like our entire delegation, both you and Senator Pacheco, seem to be having placed the interests of the citizens of Taunton first and foremost. So I think we're blessed that we have 2 competent people like yourselves up there.
Yeah, you know, that's what it's all about, really, representing the people and doing what's best for them. And,
yes.
You know, that's why I ran. That's what I try to carry out my duties as, and then that's what is most important to me.
Mm-hmm. Now, you said that you have local office hours. That's where over at the temporary city hall on Oak Street?
Yes, they are kind enough, the Mayor Crowley, to let us use some of their office space. So usually every Friday, we announce in the paper every week when we have them, we'll have office hours from 12 to 1. And believe it or not, we are usually booked solid. You know, there are some days when we're not booked too much, but last week I had 4 people come in to see me in the 1 hour. So people are really taking advantage of that ability to have access to me and ask me for help. And we've been able to help people with a lot of different issues. And it's really, you know, I'm really pleased that we've been able to do that.
I think any time as a citizen or a consumer, I have to deal with a bureaucracy, be it the state or healthcare or whatever it may be, you really need an advocate.
Yeah, and you know, we're able to send people in the right direction. You know, we don't always do everything for you. We'll help you however you need to be helped, and we'll try to send you in the right direction so you can help yourself as well. And so it's been a great experience. And also, you know, we understand that people cannot always just come from 12 to 1 on Friday. So we always tell people, if you can't make those hours, we're more than happy to make an appointment with you outside of those hours that fits your schedule as well.
That's very nice.
Yeah, it's important. You know, I've gone to people's houses in the evening or the morning or whenever, you know, just to really try to accommodate people.
You have to do that.
Yeah, it's important. People really appreciate it.
They do.
Yeah.
They do. They remember the little things that you did.
Yeah.
You know. So I know that you're up there, and one of your projects that you've been working on is the Small Business Caucus.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about that, because that was fascinating.
Yeah, it's interesting. So when I got to Beacon Hill, I was invited to join all these caucuses. There's a boating caucus, there's an aviation caucus for different groups. And I kept waiting for my invitation to join the Small Business Caucus, but it never came. So I discovered there was no Small Business Caucus. And this is a group, that really needs advocacy. You need someone to pay attention to the issues that are important to them. So by April, I said, geez, I think I'm going to start a Small Business Caucus. So I did that, and I sent out the email to all my colleagues, said, look, I'm going to start the Small Business Caucus. Would you like to join me? And I really got an overwhelmingly positive response from people to join. So it's been wonderful. We've been able to really address and educate some of the legislators on what small business needs, because they create 3 out of 4 new jobs here in Massachusetts.
Small business.
Small business.
Sure.
And I think about like 86% of small business employ less than 19 people. Most of us work for small businesses, the vast majority of us. So, and they're having a hard time right now in this economy. They're having a hard time hiring people, creating new jobs. So what we started with was bringing in some experts to talk to all the Small Business Caucus members about the most pressing needs of small business right now, concerning issues like taxes, mandates that are hurting them, things like that, so that we can move forward in the legislative process to help them out and kind of ease things for them.
Now, in forming a caucus, is that something that's just sort of like an ad hoc committee? You just get together with a bunch of fellow legislators and decide that we'd like to talk about the topic? Or do you have to get some official sanction from the speakers? Or?
Yeah, no, good question. No, you just start your caucus. So whatever your interest is, like I said, there's people maybe that live on the shore want to form a small business caucus, so they have, and so people that are interested in that particular issue will join us, the boating caucus. I think I said small business, the boating caucus. So, seeing that there was no small business caucus, I just decided to start one, and it was a great thing to do. And a lot of people were just thought, wow, why hadn't anyone done this before? So, and the business owners are very happy. I've met with them in the chamber and talked to issues that are important to them.
I'm sure there are a lot of people that have some terrific ideas if they only had an outlet for their input.
Right. We need to hear from them what they need. And so, I think it's important that we listen to employers, to small business owners, to employees, and say, what's hurting you? What's keeping you from expanding? What's keeping you from hiring one more person? How can we help you? Because that's what we should be doing, is to help them, create jobs. That's what's most important to people right now. Jobs, jobs, jobs. We need to get them back to work.
What do you think the economic outlook is for Taunton versus, say, a lot of the rest of the state?
Well, we've got different unemployment rates all over the state. So Taunton's is about 9% or so right now. So it's a little high. The state average is about a little over 7%, I believe, right now. So we're a little bit high, but compared to Fall River or New Bedford, we're a lot lower than them. I think I'm very excited that we're having a new mayor, and I think he's going to do some great things for the city. He's working very hard already to really get things going, to look at the economy, to look at how he can better run this city and help businesses. Tom Hoy says, he's very business oriented and he understands it. He kind of gets it, as we say. So I think he's going to do a lot to help the city, and I've told him that I'm really anxious to work closely with him to help him at the state level with whatever the city needs. I'm
excited by the steps that I've seen him take in just the past couple of weeks.
Yes. In
preparing his administration and almost doing something like you mentioned. I don't know if caucus would be the word, but he's formatted several different commissions.
Task forces, I think he's calling them. Yes.
Task forces.
Yeah, which is a great thing.
And he's got some good talent on board.
He does, and you know, and I've talked to him about that. Told him I'd love to, you know, help out in that area too.
I think one of the things that I always find surprising is when you reach out, you know, with an idea for, you know, a small business caucus or this or that, and or what was the word we called them? Tom's
Task force.
Task force. Thank you. Task force. It's amazing the amount of smart, talented people that are out there that come forth with some great ideas.
They do, and they want to help, and they want to be involved. And you know, most people, you just ask them. A lot of people don't help out because they haven't been asked. And most people, they want to see our city succeed. And there are so many fine people here in our city that help to make this a great community. And they're more than willing to do their fair share to make Taunton succeed.
I think volunteerism, from what I see, is alive and well in Taunton.
I think so too, and you know, I mean, I go to a lot of different events, a lot of community stuff. I always bring my kids with me for the most part because I think it's important for them to get volunteerism early, to understand that you need to give back to your community. It's the place where you live, and you're the ones that make it a great place. And so I see a lot of kids there, and you know, we visit the teen center, and I'm always really excited when I see people get their children involved.
Speaking of children involved, your children are just on the other side of the glass, eating cookies.
That's right.
So,
yeah, they were actually excited to come.
Yes, I offered to have them on, but they didn't want to part with the cookies.
Right,
There's no eating in the studio.
Yeah, cookies, TV, you know, kids.
I understand. If I had been offered a piece of a cookie, I might not be here now.
Yeah.
You know, but. No, I think it's good. It's good to get children involved. I think family's important. And now you just have your two daughters?
That's right.
Yeah.
7 and 9.
7 and 9.
My husband, Ted, of course.
Yeah, that's a good age.
Yeah, they are. They're in first and third grade, and they're good kids.
Yeah. Yeah, they're just starting to develop their personalities, and
well,
for better or worse, you know.
Yeah. The first graders had quite a strong personality since she was born, I think. But
it's amazing. You know. I've raised 6 kids.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
4 girls, 2 boys.
You know who I saw today? Your mom.
Really?
I did. I was at
were you up at the Cultural Center?
Yes,
yeah.
Co-op had their kind of a Christmas party type thing, and I went, and she was there. So she introduced herself to me.
She went with, you met my techno man, Shane. His grandmother was up there. His grandmother is Ada.
Oh, I met her too then. Yeah. Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Oh, they were just lovely, so pleasant. And, you know, she said that you better behave.
Oh, you told her you were coming? Oh, my mother knew.
She
knew.
Yeah.
Oh, please. Please, I can't keep anything from her, you know?
Yeah.
So I think what we're going to do right now is we're going to take a brief 2-minute break for a couple of public service announcements. Please don't go away. We'll be right back with more of Let's Talk Real Estate.
Some things require experts at every stage.
It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Others are more just a matter of taste and preference.
Just the way I like them.
Buying a home falls somewhere in between. That's why you should visit HomeLoanLearningCenter.com for expert guidance. A website where you can learn just how you should go about buying a home. You'll get facts, tools, and impartial advice. From seeing a lender to settlement and beyond, there's a step-by-step explanation of the process. All at HomeLoanLearningCenter.com.
Houston, we have a solution.
Think of it as mission control for buying a home. That's HomeLoanLearningCenter.com.
This is a message from HUD, the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development.
Can you afford your home loan? Could your mortgage payment increase in a few months to something you can't afford? Hi, I'm Ruby D. If you're not sure you can continue to make your mortgage payments, call a government-approved housing counselor in your community for free and confidential help. Keep your home. Know you're alone. Call today.
Call 877-HUD-1515. That's 877-HUD-1515 or go to HUD.gov.
Hi, and welcome back to more of Let's Talk Real Estate. I'm your host, Charlie Flannery, and I'm honored to have as my guest today, State Representative Shaunna O Connell.
Wonderful to be here. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you for not running out on me during the break. That's always a big plus.
Well, you're doing a great job.
And so are you. So are you at the State House. A piece of information I wanted to get out there for the folks because I don't think they're utilizing it enough. The state, the Commonwealth, has this program, what is it called, Welcome Home, and it's for returning vets.
Yes.
Is it just for people who have been like in theaters of operation or anyone who's served during this time?
So it's a welcome home bonus, and it varies depending on where you have served.
Okay.
So I have some information, but you can get more detailed information from your local Veterans Service office, which we have one right here in Taunton, and most
57.
towns have them. Well, no, the Veterans Service office is in City Hall.
Oh.
Okay, so that's, a part of the Taunton government, aside and apart from any veterans, like the disabled American veterans.
Okay, okay.
And they can give you all the information. So it's a $1,000 bonus when you come home from active duty. It's $1,000 for Iraq and Afghanistan, I believe. And then, depending on where else you might be deployed, the bonus may be a little bit less, but you can still get a bonus. And all you have to do is apply for it. So even if you didn't know about this and you served 5 years ago, you can still get your welcome home bonus. It doesn't matter how long ago you served in active duty. You just have to be able to prove that you did. And so I would encourage everyone, everyone needs a little extra money. And it's also not just a one-time bonus. If you've done more than one tour, you can receive more than one bonus.
Okay.
It's not always $1,000. I think it goes down after your next tours of duty. But it's something that we keep trying to get the information out. I know the local veterans associations try to get this information out as well. And we've actually just allotted more money for this Welcome Home Bonus program because so many veterans are going to be coming back from Iraq and Afghanistan right now.
Does it provide any other type of transitional assistance to the veterans, or do you just outsource them and refer them to the local veterans organization after that welcome home bonus?
Yeah, well, so the welcome home bonus is aside and apart from any other kind of assistance they might get.
Okay.
But they can find out details of what programs are available to them from the Veterans Service office. And I would really encourage people to call. There's a lot of things out there that veterans aren't aware of, that programs that help them, with housing or with medical services, many, many different things, education, and all you need to do is find out what they are. So make that phone call, and you'd be surprised at the benefits that are available to veterans and their families.
Because I'm reading data from across the country, and invariably, the unemployment rate for returning vets is anywhere from double to triple what it is for the general citizenry.
It is, and it's really an unfortunate situation. So what we're trying to do, kind of legislatively, also is to give people incentives to hire veterans, and we're working on issues like that. I know with the there's new stimulus funds that are still being doled out, and there's incentives to hire veterans with that money as well.
Is that something that the Small Business Caucus might be advocating, or?
Well, yeah, we would certainly always advocate to hire veterans. And if there's any certain pieces of legislation out there, I would certainly be more than happy to lead the way and lead my colleagues to advocate for veterans. Because those are some of the things we do. You know, I actually recently filed a resolution, today as a matter of fact, I think, filed a resolution, my assistant Nicole helped me do it, to declare or recognize as Small Business Weekend the weekend after Thanksgiving. I don't know if you've heard of Small Business Saturday.
Shop locally.
Yes, shop local. So that's kind of a new thing. And, you know, this weekend we tried to make it a little bit bigger, and really I sent out to all my colleagues, look, you know, go on your local radio show, go on your local TV show, talk about Small Business Saturday, go shopping, you know, and it's the Saturday after Black Friday. So what I did was take it a little bit further and say, why don't we recognize as the Saturday and Sunday after Thanksgiving, Small Business Weekend? And so we filed a resolution to do that. So hopefully that passes through the House very quickly, and we can get that done in time before, you know, before the holidays, so we can kind of bring it out and do this nice press release and, you know, ramp up small business a little bit so people will go shopping right in town.
Even if it's only visiting a local bakery to get some cookies for the kids.
It's true. Yes.
You know?
What people don't recognize that always as small business, but even if you go get your nails done or get a massage, you know, do something for yourself. And when you shop local at a small business, $68 of every 100 you spend stays in your local economy. Whereas when you go outside to these big businesses outside of your locality, outside of your community, only $48 comes back to your community. So it really does pay to shop local, and go to your local shoe store. I mean, go to your St. Pierre's, you know, we'll give a few of them some plugs here. You know, there's some great businesses down, shop jewelry, flowers, you name it.
It's about the only way I can make sure my money doesn't go to red China.
I know.
You know, I know we're both wearing red, but
this suit was not made in China, I can assure you.
And you know, it's great minds think alike. I never knew. Tell the people, I had no idea what color you were going to wear.
That's right.
And neither did you, and the same for you.
Yeah. So Charlie is a fashion bug.
I've had the bug for a couple of days. It's slowed me down quite a bit. So let me take a sip of water. Now, what do you think has been one of your greatest enjoyments of the past year?
Well, you know, the part of my job that I enjoy the most really is working in the district and working with the people around here, doing my office hours, helping people out. We've helped people with a lot of different issues. And, you know, people say to me, well, what do you do at your office hours? Why do people come there? Because a lot of folks they don't really know what they can come to me for. So we've helped people with issues like unemployment, people that are having problems with their unions. We've helped people that are having problems with certain health care issues or disability issues. So we can help you in a variety of ways, either to access that right information or to get you moving in the right direction. And we've done some fun things too, some really nice things. Rusty Watterson came to us. She's a local Taunton resident, and she wanted to get a week named in Massachusetts as CPR AED Awareness Week. And this is the first week in June. And it's a national thing, but Massachusetts hasn't done it yet. So I asked the governor to do a proclamation, and he did one up, and we presented it to her for the Sudden Cardiac Arrest Association. And, you know, it was a nice thing. We did a nice little presentation with them. And that kind of led into also the veterans, local veterans group, DAV, wanted an AED device, which is one of those automated devices to, you know, get a defibrillator.
Yep.
And so they came to me and said, we need one of these, Bill of Liberty. We need an AED. Can you help us? I said, well, sure, I'll try. And, you know, we made some phone calls to the National Association, and Rusty and Bill Schriever helped us. And we ended up getting them an AED for their office downtown. So we're also able to do some nice things like that, too.
And that's a good feeling.
It really is. It's so rewarding and nice to do that for.
I think at some point, those AEDs, those mini defibrillators, they're only going to get more miniature.
Right.
As the technology progresses, they're probably going to be as ubiquitous as fire extinguishers.
Yeah, and you know, it would be great because they save so many lives, and when you need one and it's there, you know, and so sudden cardiac arrest, it's not the same thing as a heart attack. People don't really always know the difference, and you know, boom, you drop, and this thing can save your life and bring you right back.
You know, as part of that proclamation, you mentioned, I think, also CPR. Do you know that for the past 12 years, I think my New Year's resolution has been, you know, I'm going to learn CPR. I really should. You know what I mean? If not for my family, you know, you just never know, and I think everyone should know it. Well, I was reluctant to make any resolutions this year, but this year, I'm going to learn CPR.
Oh, wonderful. It really is a great thing to know, especially parents should know it, you know, teachers, and I think that's wonderful. So you're going to go to the Red Cross and get trained?
I don't know. I have a few friends that are firemen. They'd be the first ones I'd ask, you know, where to go. I don't really know.
Maybe they'd be willing to do a local training or something. So.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Yes, that would be great.
Well, we shall see. So, what do you see for this next year as you begin your second full year up on the Hill?
So, well, I hope to have just as productive year as I did this year. And so one of my, the main issues I worked on this year was getting some welfare reform in the form of EBT reform, electronic benefit transfer card reform. Okay. And that was the first thing I got done. And I was really happy about that because it was one of the bills I filed, and you know, within the first 4 months I got a unanimous vote on it. So that was great. And what that reform did was prohibited the purchase of alcohol, tobacco, and lottery tickets with your state-funded benefits.
What about firearms?
Well, we're going further. Oh. So yeah, no, good point, good point. So, and that was just the tip of the iceberg. Because a lot of people said to me, you have to make a law to make that illegal? You know, people shouldn't be spending their money on that kind of thing. So I said, yes, we did, and it's passed, so people are happy about that. Because we certainly want to help those who need help. Because there are people out there that genuinely need a hand, and I'm all for helping them. But when you get people abusing it and purchasing things that just aren't necessities in life, we need to stop that practice. So that was the first piece of legislation I got passed. And so I'm working on that more because there's a lot of abuse in different systems in government, and you know, we need to ferret that out and save the taxpayer dollars. So what I did was get a commission formed to do a study on what the other abuses are and what other steps we need to take to stop those abuses, like the purchase of firearms, like spending your money out of state at, you know, in Las Vegas or Florida. You know, we're kind of wondering, why are you vacationing when you're on, you know, using state benefits?
Sure. Well, so, I know I won't be taking my next vacation in Vegas then. Listen, unfortunately, we're running up against Mother Time.
Oh, really?
Yes, and it's been just a tremendous pleasure talking with you today.
It has.
I'd love to have you come back on for another episode.
I would love to be. Time just flew by. It's amazing.
We're going to be posting a number for Shaunna in case you want to get in touch with her office. That'll be appearing on your screen. Also, if you'd like to get a copy of today's show, please send an email to letstalkrealestate@verizon.net. Please include your name, your address, and your phone number so that we can verify, because these things are expensive, and that'll be for the first 100 respondents only. And if you have a question that you'd like me to direct to Representative Shaunna O Connell, I would be happy to take that call at 508-884-8869. One last thing. If you'd like to be a guest, if you think you'd have something to contribute to Let's Talk Real Estate, please send an email to letstalkrealestate@verizon.net. Write in the subject, be a guest. And who knows, we may have you on here one of these days. I'd like to thank you all and have a happy new year. Thanks.